Good afternoon, Waycross family. This is the 102 city updates for the month of February. First of all, let me apologize. I know we've been, at least I have, I've been posting as much on my own page, but of course the city is doing a great job keeping everybody informed. We just had a lot going on here this past week, and I touched on one of those things. Waycross 101 has been a pretty good success. We found a few things to work on, but it's been pretty fun. So as usual, this is the first update. It's not meant to be too long, so we'll try to keep it to right around 30 minutes. Of course, we'll go longer if we have more participation that shows up or more comments or questions. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, just put it in the comment section. And our team always comes back and monitor these comments. So if we don't answer the question like immediately, we will come back and answer it at a later time. So, and we keep these up pretty much forever. And you also find it on YouTube and hopefully other social media areas. So I give people a few more chances to get logged in. Of course, we know it's Thursday, lunchtime. Everybody's eating. Hopefully support your local businesses or just business in general. If you can't, then hopefully you made your own meal at home and you're just taking a free moment to get some good snacks in. So, all right, I see we got a few people in. So I'll go ahead and get started. So, as always, we're going to start with safety. So this past month, and this is a good thing, we did have a decrease in overall traffic events. Speeding was still up, and I don't know sometimes if I should just let them go. But once again, Waycross family, please slow down. It's imperative that you do. Everybody's life counts. So we just ask y'all to slow down as always. Just be mindful of your awareness and your where you're going, and just leave early. That's the best thing you can do is leave early, and watch around you as you drive throughout the city. And on that note, I'll go ahead and jump over here to construction. So as you've been looking, we have a lot of construction going on. Our G9 partners are working on the overpass. We're in the actually city doing, and the county, I speak on the county too, they're doing some construction work as well. But we're definitely paving some roads. We're prepping our dirt roads with drainage, and then we'll end up paving those roads. And we're actually going to start in the parks next week. So that's a lot going to be going on. I just ask you again, be safe when riding around those construction areas. And if you can avoid it at night, please do. On that matter, if something is taped off, roped off, blocked off, please do not drive into that area or walk into that area because it can be dangerous to you, especially in the hours of darkness. Once again, roped off, blocked off, tied off, coned off as well. Please avoid that area. Definitely if you have any type of open ground situation, because you might not see that, or you might not even recognize how deep those holes are. And we have to keep those holes open because if we try to block them, it can make the situation worse. So they're open because we got ongoing constructions, and we want you to see the construction before you get there, so you don't fall in there. And also, we're going to have it blocked off with tape and stuff like that and cones. So just be aware of your situation, your circumstances, and things aware around you, definitely with the construction. On that matter, I have got a lot of questions about the overpass that's happening. We do owe you some feedback on that. So I'm going to get with the county. We're both partnering on this effort for the overpass. I will tell you, we have collected all the monies. We did get through some of our right-of-way challenges with the railroad and GDOT. There are a few more things we got to address. I don't know when the actual shovel is going to hit the dirt, but I will tell you it is going to happen. So the bypass has not, the overpass has not went away. It is still happening for you citizens and your tax dollars that made it happen. So it will happen with the bypass. So another situation. So you might have heard talk about that going throughout the city. Being transparent and honest, I don't have any real feedback on that right now. When I say bypass, I mean a bypass around the city and county limits. I don't have any knowledge of that right now. It may be being discussed in other areas, and what I'll do, I'll have my team reach out to just see what's going on. But like as of right now, me doing this live update, I don't have any knowledge of if that's happening or what. Now, we did give us a support letter with the county and surrounding other counties about possibly doing that again. But like I say, I don't know where those support letters are right now. So I wanted to put that out there. I know some people are posting stuff on social media. You know, probably as a source expert, I would probably know before most if we're going to do that. So if I do find out, we'll definitely let everyone know. Next thing, last night we had a public hearing for House Bill 581. I encourage you to go back and look at that. We had a great conversation. We did put out some slides over it. We've been putting out slides over it, and information links to GMA website, things of that nature. But we had a great discussion last night about how it affects you if we decide to opt in or opt out. What I want to say today for this live stream is, please make your vote count. We didn't have anybody at the public hearing last night. We have 2 more scheduled, also regular meetings. I just ask you to come ask questions. We don't want anybody to feel underserved or uninformed or underappreciated when a decision is made, and we have to make a decision before the March timeframe. So if you have any questions or concern about House Bill 581, how it affects you or how it applies to you, please reach out. You can come in here, but definitely reach out to us or your state reps or your commissioner and the mayor, and we'll provide feedback. And again, I want to say the next hearing is next week. So please attend that. Yeah, please attend that if you can. I will say this, like I said, if you go to the links, and we're gonna put our slide presentation is still up right now from the meeting last night, but we're gonna make some adjustments to it to add some additional information. But if you follow any of those links, and it'll take you to other sites that's way more detailed than what we might provide it'll give you a great understanding and more clarity on why opting in or opting out, either way, how it affects you. So please do that when you have some time, because like I said again, the mayor and the commission want you to be informed about these decisions before they get made, and we don't want to make them then come back and you feel like you didn't have an opportunity to make your vote count. Next to last thing as far as my topics, Waycross 101. It started on Monday. We had good attendance. Probably could have had a little bit more, but that's fine. This is our first iteration of the course. It seems to be going well. We are sharing a lot of information with our citizens and also getting a lot of feedback from our citizens. So it's working as intended to be a source of shared information, understanding, transparency, and clarity. We love it. Just this week alone, we're going to make some changes and modifications to it based off of some of our feedback from some of the citizens attending. But overall, it's been a great product. It's been a great time. We've had some fun. They won some Monopoly money. Just ask around about that when you get a chance. But it's been great. I will say, initially, I thought about doing this once a month. That's probably not going to work because it is very intensive as far as information sharing. I got to get with the business integration director and information systems director for recommendations. We might end up doing it just every quarter, or maybe biannual. Not sure right now, but we'll sit down and get some feedback after this course has been completed and kind of go from there. And last thing, as always, just about communication. You hear me say this all the time. We have an app, and the citizens attending the Waycross 101 last night was able to see how fast that works. So you have the app. You can just use that app. And I mean, I'm not gonna say it's instant, but more than likely it's gonna be same day, within a couple of hours. We got social media here, social media presence, live stream updates, not just mine. Pretty much all my directors do some type of update, whether it's live stream or over social media through slide presentations, but we do those. We have our email distribution list. Of course, you can always call us anytime you want to. And those kind of our major things going on as far as communication. So please use those. We are currently we're close to finishing up our IT platform modernization. And once that is completed, we're going to have a whole new list of capabilities for you citizens to have to make your lives a lot easier and to enhance the quality of life for you all. So I'm really looking forward to that because it's going to make us more agile and more efficient. Definitely with bill collecting. notify you when you got leaks or other interruptions of services. It's gonna make us all a lot better. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, we're probably like 90 to 120 days away from full operation. So and it's been a little bit of couple bumps in the road, but they were good bumps in the road because it allowed us to kind of look at some other things that we need to fix here in the city. And really, that's all I have for this update. Wasn't much this time. February is a short month, so it'll probably seem like tomorrow I'll be doing my next update because the weeks will go so fast. I will try to highlight a few events coming up. Of course, we had the Mayor's Ball, and we'll see can we post that in the comments about the time and date of that. Tonight, I want to say we have, is it Sip and Paint or
Sip and Shop?
Sip and Shop. So that means sip a little bit of something and spend a little bit of money, just a little bit of money. We also have a First Friday, Oak Street. I think we're calling it Oak Street's First Friday tonight. So great events tonight. It's a Super Bowl weekend. So we have a lot of events for you to get, do your game prep prior to the Super Bowl. I just asked at the Super Bowl, if you're going to party, may party at the house. So if you're drinking that extra colored beverage, I said like that, you can be safe in your homes, not be on our streets and roads. But I know everybody's going to party for a Super Bowl, so we ask everybody to have fun, as much fun as you can. Just be safe and courteous out there. So I'll try to stay on for a few questions if we have many, and then I'll go back and repeat what I said earlier about the 5 things I discussed, and then we'll call it a day. Hope that's fair enough for everybody. Yes, Ms. Dixon, I've actually learned something too by listening to our citizens. So it was interesting last night that some of the citizens did not know some of the emergency powers that the mayor has, which can be vast, depending on how you interpret them. And then also, I go and speak on this. We did an exercise. It's called "Who Is This?" Kind of explaining who does what in the city, or whose role and responsibility it is to do certain activities in the city. And it's always interesting when you have that conversation because we all assume certain things, not knowing what we don't know. But I'm pretty sure that group really, hopefully, understands better. We do have a lot of moving parts, and it's not just the city employees that make the city run, but also our mission partners. And when I say mission, I mean operational, day-to-day stuff. All our development authorities, whether it be downtown or the county and the city, our chambers, our hospital, our merchants association, tourism board, tourism panel. I said hospital, all of our major industries, everybody has a collective part of making Waycross run effectively. Definitely with economic gains, a lot of stuff, Okefenokee. We have so many partners here that are striving to take care of Waycross and Waycross's citizens. I might let some people off. I apologize if I did. Kind of slipping the mind right now, but we have a lot of organizations out there, and to include, our state level partners. Social Security here helps out a lot with certain things. We have a lot of advocacy groups out here. They help out with our most needing citizens. So a lot's going on. Housing Authority have a lot of people here that's in the boat with us, rowing to make sure that we keep this ship of Waycross moving forward. So if I didn't say it enough, I want to say on behalf of the Mayor and Commission, thank you to all those organizations, authorities, or just concerned citizens that help Waycross run. All right. So I'm going to jump in back to what I said earlier. I won't repeat everything word for word, but just I see a couple more people came on, so I just want to make sure they can hear this. So as always, I always open up with safety, and we did have a decrease in overall safety incidents, but our speeding still remains high. We did have a few more car accidents. We were very blessed that when the storm came in, we thought we would have a lot of car accidents. We didn't have any. But as soon as the weather got back right, we had a few accidents. So I just ask you, as I always say, Waycross family, please slow down out there, especially at night. We do have some streets that are poorly lit. We are working on those streets to get lights on those streets. But as you heard me say before, It's more of a process to that than people might understand, but we are working at it. So the best thing you can do, though, to avoid all those situations is just leave on time, be aware of your surroundings, and just slow down as a general practice. Construction. So we have a lot of construction going on, a lot of roads either being repaved, resurfaced, or getting drainage works done. We have our parks getting updated as well. Now we have our 3 parks in District 1, 2, and 3 that'll get worked on starting next week. But we also have other parks right now. We are putting up the new gazebos or areas that got damaged by the hurricane. So it's a lot of construction going on. And as I mentioned before with construction, if something is roped off, taped off, blocked off, coned off, police car off, I don't know what to say. Please do not enter that area because it can be dangerous to you. And proceed with caution. That's either walking, driving, biking, skating, or whatever. Don't go into those areas, especially at night times when it's low visibility. We want to keep everybody safe. That's our goal first and foremost. And then 2, we want to get these things done so you can get back to using the parks and have the best drain systems for when the rain comes. So help us help you by paying attention when you're out here going through those construction areas. I did say I owe some highway updates. So when I say highway updates, I'm mainly referring to the overpasses that's getting worked on. And like I said earlier, a lot of that stuff has already been complete. We just got to kind of follow up with a real up-to-date briefing so everybody can actually understand where we are right now. And I'm going to do that hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And then certain things that we don't know about. Like I said, I know it's out there in the rumor mill about a bypass or a perimeter road. Right now, I can't factually speak on that because I do not know. But once we do know, to get back to you. And then last thing, like I said, we've been having this week Waycross 101, and that's why I've been a little bit off as far as my posts. But luckily, our team here, keeps you informed by posting pretty much every hour information about what's going on in the city. Waycross 101 has been a great success. This is actually a pilot because it's our first iteration of doing this, but we're excited about it. It's been very entertaining in some means. But it has achieved the one thing we wanted it to, and that was information sharing and just being transparent about some of the issues and concerns that we have to face every day as operating the city. And then just share information with our citizens so they can understand some of the tough challenges that the commission and the mayor face every day when they got to make money decisions, time decisions, or even people decisions. It can be difficult. So. And with that, let me say this. So part of the Waycross 101 was a contest. If somebody could go back and find how long this baby wipe has been in this water. And we did have a winner. Although I'm gonna dispute that because I did find an earlier date when I put it out there, but I'm not gonna go there. But I do want to touch on this because everybody can see the baby wipe still in the water. It has not disappeared. Now, granted, if the water is moving through the system and it reaches to the plant, it will kind of make it disappear faster. But in some cases, when your homes, or the smaller pipes, it'll do the same thing. It will sit there and it will block the water, especially when it's kind of sucking some of the water in. So I had started taking this off of this desk when I do my updates, but I'm going to leave it on there. For theatrical effects and all that stuff, this baby wipe been here 7 months. I hope y'all can really just process how long those wipes stay in your system when you throw them down there. And I said at the Waycross 101 meeting last night, there's no such thing as anything flushable outside of liquids. That includes your sinks. Everything else should be disposed of in other means, ideally, preferably in a trash can. Okay. So, and even with the liquids, let me say that. When I say liquids, because this is another thing we talked about at Waycross 101 last night, we all kind of see different realities and we define stuff differently. I do not define chicken grease as a liquid. I know everybody's laughing out there when I say this, but the water, dirty dishwater, it's going to stay dirty dishwater. Chicken grease is not going to stay chicken grease. It's going to become something else once it go down that drain and hardens up. So yeah, so no chicken grease. That's not a liquid. my definition, but hopefully y'all can understand that because it applies to us all. Once that chicken grease becomes, we're gonna call it chicken blocks in the system, if that makes sense. Once it hardened up. All right. So really, we got about 10 minutes. I'm gonna stay on, hopefully for these whole 10 minutes. If you got any questions about anything, got one comment. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Miss Dixon mentioned we had a discussion last night about a few things. So, and this goes. Let me start over really. That's why I encourage citizens, please read the charter. It's a lot of things, and now don't get me wrong, it's some things that's outdated and we gotta take out. But majority of the information in there, it is for you to understand how we do and conduct business. Our police, according to the city charter, and also SOP with the police department, they have to go around at nighttime and inspect certain businesses to make sure everybody's safe. Our parks too. I saw a concern about us removing somebody from the park at night. You see the signs, you're not supposed to be in the park during hours of darkness. So every night the police have to go around and make sure we're following those procedures. Same thing with buildings. You're going to see them riding around with lights, the spotlights on sometimes, just making sure that all our buildings are secure and safe. It's good policing and it does deter break-ins and other types of theft. But I think what has happened right now, we have not explained that to our citizens to let them know that that's part of the service that we provide. And we're going to do a better job of that, making sure that when police officers, sometimes they're riding by, they're just making sure everything is safe and secure. And that's part of Chief Cox community policing. We have other talks about that, and we did talk about just making sure, especially our young officers, know people in the community. And that's something we got to improve on too. We recognize that. Chief Cox has a plan about making sure we get out there and have that face-to-face interaction. So Officer Rayford. I mean, I'm not an officer, but Officer Rayford or Officer Smith. You know exactly who they are. You have their phone number, and that way, it ain't just about the police keeping Waycross safe. It's about all of us keeping Waycross safe. So, great comment, Miss Dixon. Great comment. All right. And once again, I always assume that I'm getting real good at keeping the city informed when y'all are asking the questions, or I'm getting real boring. I can never tell, how this works. But hopefully it's because, we got a great information sharing system. Like I say, our Waycross City page, I mean, it's always putting updates out there. A lot of people make that work. I try to update people. Here in the near future, you're going to see the City of Waycross Mayor's page. And it's going to be a little bit different from mine. He's going to post more informational stuff. He might not do the updates that I do face to face, but he will be doing some live streams, maybe a monthly live stream that he presents similar to his State of the City, not as in detail or inclusive, but just something so he can keep up. He can help Waycross understands what's going on day to day, and he'll probably cover more of the people side of what's going on, where I kind of cover the operational side, if everybody can understand that. So, all right. Well, can I get one more question before we go? Somebody help me out. I want to feel like I came on here and answered this question today. So one question, I guess one question better than no questions, but it'd be good to have like 2 or 3 before we get out of here. Maybe not. So let me think about anything that I missed. This might be warranted a conversation before we go. Oh, let me go back to the communication. I forgot to mention that when I summarized stuff. So, of course, I'm doing live stream right now. Each of my department heads, they do their own separate live stream. Sometimes they're together. And then we do. I forgot to mention we have an email distribution list that you can sign up for. I'm sure it'll be posted here in a second. We also have the app, and the app's going to be the fastest way to contact us for a problem. But let me clarify that real fast too. So if I go to the park today and I got, I think that we can reorganize the park and maybe add something to the park, that's probably not an app function. That's when you should call your commissioner and say, hey, commissioner, you know, I've been having some ideas about how we could better utilize the park. What do you think? Now, if you go out to the park and there's a faucet running water, you can't shut off. Or all means, take a picture, put the problem in the app. It will immediately go to the person responsible for fixing that. So that's the difference in there, if everybody can understand that. And I see we got a question. I'm going to answer this question real fast. Okay, Ms. Dawn, I see your question. How about you call my office? Okay. Let's do this. I want you to, if you can, we're gonna reach out to you about this. This is a lot. In my assessment, we've been putting out information from FEMA. I think we posted something last week because they are keeping their channels and the numbers up to provide further assistance. What we'll do, we'll put another post up about FEMA continuing assistance for storm-related issues. And but however, if you're not getting that information or you need more, reach out and we'll put a number on here to call. I think that's, you want to handle that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll put a number out here for you to call, and then we'll kind of go from there. That's anybody. If you still having a problem from recovery from the snowstorm, also reach out to your commissioner or the mayor, and they'll get back to me, and we'll talk about it as well. But for right now, you can reach out to and I think we just posted a number there on the website. You can do that as well. But there's still assistance out there for you at the federal and state level. City level, not so much. We kind of exhausted our means. But other than that, there's help out there for you. And I'm kind of interpreting your comment, ma'am. So if it's something like water and sewer us, all means contact us. You know, our desire is not to cut off anybody's water. That's not our desire. So if that's the issue right now, based off the storm, please immediately come in and see us today, and we'll try our best to take care of it. All right. And yes, you see, we put some numbers out for you to call. In the website. Back to the communication. So, of course, Facebook is a great website for us. And if y'all can't see, I got a iPad here. So I look at this for the comments. I don't know if it's in the frame shot, but I look in here for the comments sometimes. That's why I turn away from the camera a lot of times. I'm looking at the iPad at the same time and my phone sometimes, because like right now, somebody's texting me a question. So I'm going to stop and just look at the text because I don't make sure I miss anything. Yeah. So District 3 is having a town hall. We're gonna post the flyer back in here, I think. Can we do that? We'll post the flyer back in here. And I guess I can touch on that real fast too. So this flyer is meant to pretty much educate the citizens on how we got to this particular project. And this project is going to focus on 1-bedroom workforce housing, which means it has some stipulation who can stay there. And I don't want to get too far into that, but when that town hall, we'll go more into depth. The project manager will be there, and the company that's coming in to make those workforce housing properties, they'll be there as well. I'll be there to answer questions as well as Commissioner Felder. So this is the first, hopefully, of many other investments as far as infrastructure, mainly housing that comes to the city of Waycross. We did make a few more properties that the city owns available for immediate sale or immediate purchase, and we got a lot of interest from that. And I will say, in some cases that we're looking at workforce housing, in some cases we're looking at just housing, you know, because we do have a shortage of housing. And if you didn't hear me say before at some of the meetings, we are short about 2,500 homes here for the population. I know you're going to say, well, how is that, Mr. Rayford? Well, a lot of our population are 18 to 34-year-olds, pretty much still stay with mom and dad, but they make a salary. And they could go other locations, but we don't have the housing inventory for them to go to. So that's one thing. The other piece on this is you look at the industry here and what is coming here, and it potentially could follow that. We don't have housing for those individuals too. So that's like something we have to do. I know it's a tough conversation, and that's why we got to have it multiple times so everybody kind of gets the correct information. So it's more to that that'll happen, but if you can make that town hall, and although it's for District 3, it's not just for District 3. because we're going to have we have other investors right now looking at properties to put up housing. And so I say housing, we're talking all forms of housing. Like I said earlier, it could be workforce housing, apartments in that aspect, or housing, and that could be single family housing or multi-family housing. But a lot's coming here for the city, and it's our job to kind of keep y'all updated. We're going to keep trying to do our best, and I appreciate your comments, to keep y'all updated on what's transpiring, what's coming to the city. I'm going to look one more time about any more questions on here. Okay. All right. And then, too, these some citizens just thanking me and my team, and we want to thank y'all too, because like even when you're critical on the city, and you bring, when you are critical on the city, definitely those who bring solutions, man, we welcome it. We really welcome that, because that's when the problem get fixed. Because I'm always looking at it, and if you sit in the class, for the Waycross 101, the first video talks about how we see the world, and of course, we all gonna see or find truth and kind of what we already believe, and we all have our own realities. And it's good when we merge those realities together to come to the best solution. So we always can kind of not think alike, but as long as we think together, we'll get somewhere, if that makes sense. I hope that didn't sound too crazy. I'm going to say it again. We can think differently, and that's fine. But we think together, we can solve the problems. Hope everybody understands that. That's always the goal. I see some more comments being texted me. Let me look at these one more time. Okay, so somebody, this is why we do these. So this is from the Satilla Riverkeeper. We met with her at the plant some months ago, and she was actually there when we saw some of the baby whites and other things go into the water system. And she is actually doing a update. I think it's going to be a meeting, informational seminar called Down the Drain, on Tuesday, February 25th at 5 p.m. Open this all the way up at the Pierce County Library. And it's free to the public, and it's going to help educate people on wastewater, stormwater systems, and proper disposal methods from items that typically fall down, hence the class, down the drain. So, yes. She's invited the whole community and our commission, and we can be there. We will be there. Somebody from the city will be there because, like I said, we want to think together. And it's a great example of all of us thinking together. So this is great. People are chiming in now. So much that we're going over time. But thank you. And that's the organizer is Miss Gregory, I think that's her name. So Shannon, but yeah, Shannon Gregory, and she another organization that really cares about the city of Waycross, and she got to focus on our natural resources, and one of our most important resources, which is our water. Probably the most important resource we have is going to be water. So we want a special kudos to thank her for sharing the information with us. Let me see. All right. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mention too. Hopefully y'all saw the last meeting, and we recognize every month. We recognize one of our hardworking professionals here in the city, and I know in the past it seems to be our police and fire, because we got great police and great fire. We got other people here that work here too that you never see. They work behind the scenes a lot. Like right now, I'm doing this video, and it's this. Director Simmons, he spearheads all our video presentations. He preps slides, and the narrative for a lot of our meetings. So you never see him doing this. You just see me. But it shows again how we have so many people behind the scenes doing great work. So I'm gonna mention Ms. Strickland because I don't talk about her enough. She's in my engineering department, and Ms. Strickland is pretty much a resident. I'm gonna call her encyclopedia, definitely with water infrastructure. She does it all. So anyway, she was employed this past month. So if you see her in the streets, give her a thanks. She does a great job, as well as all our employees. we have a great team here. And back to the Waycross 101. I'm rambling a little bit now, but as part of that, part of the course, we talked about who does what within the city. And, they were amazed about knowing, I didn't know they do that. Our city clerk. Now, if you look in the charter, the city clerk probably has more responsibility than the city, she does, than the city manager, and that's pretty much it. In some cities, they only have a city clerk, and we talked about that last night about just understand how governments are set up. So, in my team here, I know it was some comments about them not being in the previous meetings. They were doing training because they're trying to make sure they stay abreast and updated on all the changes because there's a lot of stuff come down the pipe with city clerks to make us in compliance and do our job the best we can. So, I think got some more texts coming in here. I thought I was going to be able to get out of here today. What's this saying? So this is what we're gonna do, y'all, because I'll be answering the text every 3 minutes and I do got a hard stop time. But we will go back tonight and look at all the events that's happening this weekend. And I know when I was posting city report, that last page had those events in there, and we did back away from that big city report to try to be more robust, better focus and give you the daily update. So that part, yes. We don't have a calendar on there. And I'll get with with Director Simmons on that, and maybe we figure that out. But there are other calendars out there for you that have the events on there. And maybe we'll put that in the comments here. But you can go to the Chambers. I know I think the Chambers has an app too with event. Yeah, so they do a good job of highlighting a lot of the business type things that happen here that I might not be unaware of, or I might not speak on during my live updates. I also mentioned last night that we had stopped doing the Rise and Shine. That's we probably got away from it because of the storm for that period of time frame. I'm thinking that's why it kind of looked like we didn't do it, but we're still doing the Rise and Shine. It's next week, and there's a few other events that's going to happen that maybe because of the storm and it's the timing, Christmas, all those things might got them, just kind of mixed everything up. But even First Friday, we have not canceled any events. We're just trying to refocus in some situations. But for the most part, all the events are still ongoing. And like I said, we'll probably, hopefully, maybe a separate post will explain all that. Might not be this week because we got a lot still going on, but maybe next week we'll probably try to post that.
There's a calendar also in the app that you can put on next week.
Okay. Also, just been informed once again about our app, and the app's going to have a calendar in it as well, and that's going to be live for you next week, as I've been just informed. So another great asset and tool for you to stay informed. And last thing was on my mind, because I see a lot of more comments coming in. So we had talked about some additional boards, committees. And as some people have found out, those boards are already in the charter. We just haven't enacted them in a while. This is pre-decision. I have to go back to the commission and make sure they're okay with these things. And they pretty much are, because they do know that, we are one deep in certain aspects here in the city. And they do want me that I've been charged to get all the charter updates much faster this year, so we're not up against a dead stop date of March. So my goal is, we started already. We already identified 37 changes. So hopefully, August, September time frame, we have all that done. So what that says is, we're going to reach out, and this is not going to be to any particular citizen. But when we do the brainstorm sessions, when we start looking at stuff and thinking about it and moving stuff around, we'll probably have meetings. You're welcome to come. Ultimately, though, it will be a decision of the commission, and I'll be doing a presentation of, hey, we found, GA code 6-12 and the charter makes no sense. Change to this. So, but as always, your opinion is appreciated. So you can come to those meetings. If you cannot, because more likely we will live stream those sessions, just reach out to us. Even right now, if you're looking at that charter or the ordinance, anything like that, you see something that doesn't make sense or needs to be changed, just reach out. Call your commissioner, call the mayor, call my office, use the app, email us, walk and talk up here to us, all those means of communications. And if we can, and it makes sense, we'll try to make that adjustment. All right. All right, so we went a few minutes over. I'm gonna go ahead and go off here now because another text came in. Like I would love to stay here all day, y'all. But you know, have to get out here and make sure that we do what you ask. So can't be on live stream the whole time. And like I said, this first one is always meant to be kind of short and sweet. Now the one at the fourth Thursday of the month, it's a short month, so I gotta look and see what that's gonna be. Yeah, that's the one we're gonna go long. And I have more topics, and we're gonna take more questions and answers. And that can fluctuate on times. That's the one we might do in the evening time to give more people opportunity to log on, or might do two that same day. But it always be a Thursday, either 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sign off. And like I say, stay safe out there. Slow down when you cross. Look both ways before you cross the street. If it's blocked off, coned off, roped off, policed off, whatever you want to call it, it's definitely at times of night, please avoid it. Like I said, stay safe. One team, one fight. Your vote matters. Your opinion matters. Let us know what we can do right or wrong. Stay involved, stay informed, stay part of the solution. I wish everybody a happy Super Bowl weekend. Of course, the Falcons not playing, so I really don't care who wins. But everybody have fun and be safe out there. Everybody have a great day.